What is going on, craft beer revolution? You know what time it is. It's time for another beer review. Today on the chop block we have Dark Hollow. Dark Hollow. I've actually had this one a couple of times already in the past, not so long ago, but I've never actually done a review on it, so I've never actually sat down and actually critiqued it. However, I do know that I do enjoy this beer enough to where I've actually bought it, several times. Number one, because it's local. Number two, because you can get it year round. And number three, because it's a pretty awesome beer that you can get year round for a good price. So, Dark Hollow is an Imperial Stout aged in oak bourbon barrels. It is brewed by Blue Mountain Barrel House, which is a brewery out of Nelson County, Virginia, which is in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Beautiful place if you've never been there, by the way. It is a 10% ABV, and it also has 70 IBU, so it's kind of on the hoppy side. I'd say a little bit above average on the hoppy side, not too extreme or anything like that. But actually, when I tasted it the first couple of times, I don't remember tasting that hoppiness. So they hide that 70 IBUs in here very well from what I remember. But we're going to give it another shot to see how it goes. With that being said, let's go ahead and crack her open. It's time. Alright. I don't want to break nothing, so I'm going to, you know what I mean? Whoo, she's in there. You know what it's time for? It's time for the teeth. Wow, that was in there. I've never had one quite that strong before. But hey, challenge, baby. I'm up for the challenge. Let's see what kind of color we got here. Oh, look at that. Very chocolatey. Looks like there's just a lot of chocolate in the pour there. It's known as a very, very brown color. Like literally like somebody just poured chocolate milk in here, which is awesome. And it's even got, like, if you were to put like cocoa or something in your beer, I don't know if you've ever done that before, but that's actually kind of how it looks in the bottle. It's all bubbled up, so it's got to be pretty chocolatey. Let's see what kind of smell we get here. If you want to see the color there, I always like to compare it to the color of the bottle. Color of the bottle is obviously like a dark brown color, and the beer itself is a little bit darker than that. Typical stout. Actually very light head to this one. It doesn't look like a very creamy beer. And definitely the chocolate is the first thing that hits you in the nose here. So you got coffee, and you know what? This is actually bourbon barrel now, and I'm really not getting a whole lot of bourbon to the nose. It's there, but it's not very strong at all. And I do know that there's coffee in this beer, and I'm not really getting a heavy coffee smell. I'm getting more of the chocolate. So it's mainly the chocolate, a little bit of the bourbon. I can get just a hair of scent of coffee. That's it. The coffee is not very strong in it at all to the nose. So, chocolate, coffee, a little bit of the bourbon scent. Should be pretty good. Let's go ahead and give it a drink. Cheers. See what this thing tastes like. That's so unreal because you can barely smell the coffee in it. But the taste is, you get the bourbon right up front. You definitely get the chocolate and the coffee mixed together beautifully. And that's not just like a cheap coffee. This is a pretty good coffee. This is nice fresh ground coffee in here that I'm tasting. The chocolate is there. The bourbon pretty much goes all the way through. And there's no bitterness. There's really no bitter aftertaste. But the oak on the back end as well. So the oak is definitely there on the back end just to kind of bring everything together. The bourbon is not overwhelming. It could be a little bit more bourbony for me. Man, for a beer that you can get year-round though, that's pretty good. It doesn't get much better than that for a beer that you can get anytime for 11 or 12 bucks. It's actually a little bit creamier than I actually thought it would be. Let's see what kind of film we get here. A little bit of lacing. Not too bad. The head has got a really pretty, I like a caramel kind of brown color to it. One more taste here. Overall, a very consistent beer. Like the flavors go all the way throughout. So like I said, you got the bourbon up front, followed by the chocolate and the coffee, and the oak on the back end. And that bourbon just follows through pretty nicely. So, Dark Hollow, Blue Mountain Barrel House. You guys did a good one on this one. For like I said, for a beer that you can get year round, you're not going to really beat it for 11 or 12 bucks. Really rock solid. Give it an A. I give it an A. The only thing that I would, the only thing that I want more out of it is maybe a little bit more of the bourbon, a little bit creamier. So maybe, and it can even be heavier in the coffee department because I'm just a big coffee fan. So I would say, if this thing actually, yeah, that'd be it, man. Just a little bit more of the bourbon, a little bit stronger bourbon because it's not too strong, but it's not too weak either. It's definitely there. That'd be the only thing that I would say would make this beer even greater than what it is. So with that, I give it an A. If you actually want to find out what my real ranking is for it, that I'm going to rank it on Beer Advocates, because I always like to do that. You'll find that ranking underneath this video. Hope this video helped somebody. If it did, give it a like underneath here. Drop a comment. Let us know if you've had a beer before. If you haven't had a beer and you want to try it. Maybe you got some other beers out there or some stouts that you might recommend, because I'm always looking for some great stouts myself. Drop those comments underneath the video. Join us on our Facebook page. My Facebook page is right under there as well. And also hit the subscribe button. We want you to be a subscriber and watch all of our videos and let us know what you think. So with that, I'm Brian. This is Craft Beer Revolution. We'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.